So I just finished watching the new Banana Splits movie, simply titled The Banana Splits Movie, and honestly, it wasn't that bad. People that know me know I love B horror movies. I love regular horror movies too, but B horror movies that know that they're B horror movies are awesome movies. And the Banana Splits movie squarely falls into a B horror movie. Technically B horror comedy, but there like honestly isn't all that much comedy. This reimagining of a classic show, The Banana Splits, is the tale of a young boy named Harley with few friends and who has always taken comfort in the children's show, The Banana Splits, finally going to a live taping of the show for his birthday. What the family isn't aware of, but the Splits had just found out about, this taping will be the last. Now Harley, his family, and a few new friends need to survive and escape or become permanent audience members. Visually, the movie looks great. The few kills that they show on screen are pretty cool too. I will note though that as cool as some of the kills look, they could have done a better job of cleaning up some of the effects. In one particular instance, you can clearly see the zigzag pattern on the cloth of a victim's like clothing, where you know they're obviously gonna like tear right from there, but you know, whatever. Acting for the most part was okay. However, a lot of the characters are insufferable, but that's okay because in horror movies, you don't want to see a whole lot of the characters surviving. You want you want that. However, there is one terrible standout. The character of Parker. The majority of the time that this character is on scene, in any scene, she looks as if she's an animatronic that hasn't actually been turned on. And I don't know why. I don't know if this is how the little girl acts, or if this is more to do with the direction that she was given, having to deal with an insufferable stage dad. So it could just be this, that's like the character's coping mechanism. She doesn't really pay attention. She's not really there. Or it's just the young actress is terrible. I don't really know. I've complained to a lot of people about how recent TV show and movie remakes aren't faithful to the originals. Kind of like Chucky, or rather Child's Play. The new Child's Play movie isn't a remake or a reimagining of Child's Play because Child's Play as a whole is contingent upon a serial killer putting his soul into a toy. That's the premise. The serial killer puts his soul into a toy. The toy then goes on a murder spree to find a new host. It's that simple. What the new Child's Play movie is small soldiers reskinned as a Child's Play movie. That's not Chucky. That's not Child's Play. Had they done something more along the lines of like the Chucky doll is like an artificial intelligence and everything, but a serial killer still goes and puts his soul into that doll, but because the doll is AI and can connect to the internet and everything, you know, when the doll is destroyed, like he can via Wi-Fi transfer it to a new doll. Instead, in this, it's just artificial intelligence that kind of fucked up and doesn't really understand and then goes on a killing spree to make the kid happy. It doesn't really make sense. I'm okay with this reimagining of the Banana Splits because there isn't giant lore surrounding it, kind of like Child's Play and other movies. They never fully explain whether or not the Banana Splits are in fact robots, if they're actually animals, or if they're just humans inside suits playing these roles. That none of that is ever explained. So here, having it be they're animatronics, they've been animatronics since the late 60s when the show was first created and everything, and now after all these years, their sole programming is the show must go on. We have to continue the show, to then have them find out that they're canceled and now kind of like the AI is going rogue, and like killing people and taking others to keep like permanent audience members so that this show can go on is kind of cool because they still have their same voices and everything, although they are all voiced by one person, a completely new person. I think his name is like Eric Baza? I don't really know. I'll put it in the edit. So yeah, I'm okay with this reimagining. It's staying faithful to the original show in the basis of it's a kid show, these are the characters, and it's expanding more that they've always been animatronics, and this has kind of been like the behind the scenes stuff. Now that the show's being canceled, this stuff's happening. I'd actually like to see a sequel. The end of the movie kind of sets up that there'll be a sequel. I don't know if there really will be. It is think a Sci-Fi Channel show. I'm pretty sure Sci-Fi Channel bought it to put on their thing, but it's on digital now and Blu-ray in a couple of weeks. I think like the 27th of August, and then it'll show up on Sci-Fi Channel. It would be really cool to see a sequel, it expanding more. However, I don't want the cast back. I don't think any of the current characters, except for maybe one, should be back, because it should be like a rebuilding of everything. They should be going someplace where no one really knows who the Banana Splits are. Like, maybe they don't have as big of a following. Maybe it doesn't come out that these robots killed everyone. But if you have all the same characters back, the second they see the animatronics again, they're going to be like, oh, and try to kill them. So a new crop. I would also like to see it be a lot gorier. This was a rated R film, but there was there were kills, there was some gore, but there wasn't a lot of gore. I don't really remember all that much foul language, and there was no nudity. That to me is a little weird. Not like the no nudity, but the fact that it was rated R, but if anything, this felt more like a PG-13 movie. Like, for the most part, I feel like this could go on TV and not really be censored all that much. There was one part that confused me. Like I said, a lot of the characters are fine, except for that little girl. That little girl was kind of terrible. But she wasn't the main star. The burnout son was a little bit weird because it felt like he was mumbling a lot and I couldn't really understand what he was saying. But the mom was pretty cool. And having her hero moment was, I feel like, the only thing that really ruined it. Her son gets taken and she's like, I'm gonna save him. And then she runs to go save him and her sweater gets stuck. So that comes off. And then it's just her running in a tank top with her boobs bouncing all over the place. It didn't seem like it fit. When you're having like a serious moment that like she's becoming powerful, is it the sweater coming off that suddenly made her strong, that she has to do it didn't make sense. It had the sweater have to come off because it was covered in blood. Fine, that makes sense. But the fact that like it was like, oh, it got stuck on a fake set and everything, it's like it didn't make sense. It kind of, as soon as the scene happened, I was like, the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. But those are really my only complaints about it. I hope you guys do check it out, but I probably give this about a B. For a B movie, it's not bad. Check it out. Banana Splits are available now. You can rent it.